There we go. Hello, hello. Welcome to Headmaster's Homeroom. I am so excited to see everybody tonight. Welcome, welcome to Art Night. I am Lady Hamilton. It is so great to see you guys. I hope everybody is doing great on this Friday night. I just have, something to type in here. Just got some totally great things going on right now. Hold on. So we can highlight this. Everybody, hello, happy Friday. This is already starting off to be an excellent night. So let's get this going here. We got something special here from JJ. Here we go. That's right. The Amber May Show has rated the stream. Thank you so much, Amber May. I am so excited. Thank you so much for doing that tonight. I am glad, and welcome all new viewers and welcome to Art Night. You guys are in for a treat. I'm so excited to welcome everybody here tonight. So hello, all of the... Isn't that cool, Amber? I'm just so excited to welcome everybody here to the show. You guys are going to be in for a great night tonight. Hello, everybody. Hi, Amber. Hi, God Signpost, Frosty, Cass, Gitten, Nancy, and more. So nice to see you guys all over there on Rumbles. Hello to all of our wonderful Pill viewers. So great to see you guys. I see you guys got the memes flying like crazy. Hello to all of our X viewers. Nice to see you guys tonight, too. Wow. Already lining up over there. And hello to all of our YouTube viewers. It is going to be a great night tonight. Everybody do me a favor and hit those buttons, hit those likes, follows, and share, because we want to celebrate and share out the talents of our guests everywhere and anywhere and all the kind of medias you guys have. And I thank you ahead of time for doing that. And don't forget to show the show some love. Please hit that like, that follow, shares. We love your subscriptions, your cash apps, your rants, your pills in all those forms, and all those tips over there as well. Thank you ahead of time. I'm so excited for tonight, everybody. I know that you guys are excited. It's Art Night. It's Art Night. Hey, JJ. Nice to see you here tonight. I just played your raid show, your raid thing. I love it so much. Thank you for all you do, JJ. All right, guys, we are in for a great night tonight. Yes, we are. We are welcoming one of our Artist Corner family members to the house tonight. We know her as My Voice, but her name is Laura Yokley. And she is here tonight and has an inspiring and deeply personal look at her creative journey. One that began all the way back in kindergarten with her first art teacher, Miss Marjorie Scott, sparking that lasting passion. Guided by influential mentors, Laura built a strong artistic foundation that carried her through the visual and performing art school in Maryland and into her studies in graphic design at Shepherd College. Along the way, she explored a wide range of artistic mediums, fearlessly experimenting and expanding her creative voice through each new form of expression. Yet her path was far from linear. Facing creative struggles and ideological clashes in academia, Laura stepped away from her art, only to rediscover her passion years later in Arizona. Her return marked not just a continuation, but a transformation as she reconnected with her art, her creativity across multiple mediums and embraced a renewed sense of purpose. Tonight, Laura is going to help us reflect on her challenges, her breakthroughs, and her resilience that shaped her evolution, offering a powerful testament to the enduring spirit of an artist and the beauty of finding your way back to what you love. So everybody do me a favor and please welcome my dear friend and guest tonight, Laura Yokley. Hello, hello. So great to see you tonight. How are you doing?
Good.
I am so glad that you are here tonight. I know I gave you a little bit of an introduction here, but I'm so excited for everyone to get to know you. We've got so many new platforms here, and probably Laura's been on the show before, guys, but we're so excited to welcome her back. So all of you new viewers, Laura, tell them a little bit about you and kind of fill in what I might have missed.
Okay. So I started out in kindergarten. I told my parents I want to be an artist. And my kindergarten teacher, Marjorie Scott, told my mom and dad where they could send me for art lessons. And there I took some lessons, and then I ended up taking lessons from a husband and wife team, Sarah and William Sweat-Jarnick. And I took lessons from them from probably 4th grade all the way up through 10th grade. and they've made such a big impact on my life. And then I tried out for the Gifted and Talented Visual and Performing Arts School in Frederick County, Maryland. And I got accepted. I went there for my junior and senior year. And I had another amazing art teacher, Mary Ayler was my teacher there. Then I went on to Frederick Community College. And then from there, I transferred over to Shepherd, which is now a university, but majored in graphic design. Nice. And then what was weird is like throughout my career life in the arts, I always, got a lot of praise for my work. And so maybe my ego just needed to be hit, because when I went to Shepherd, I had bumped heads with some professors that were, not faith-based. As artists, we deal with that, all kinds of different people. And it really affected me. And I ended up changing my major to business, but I did still keep my minor in art. I had good professors and bad professors, and kind of took a break from art, moved to Arizona in 1997. And was re-inspired, and produced some art, created some art. And then when I moved back here, got married, and I had kids. So I kind of took another break in life from art. And I'm back at it for the past couple years. And the Artist Corner has been an incredible inspiration. All the artists, it keeps me going. It keeps me creating. I think if I didn't have this group, I probably would maybe push out 1 or 2 pieces a year, but it definitely challenges me to keep going.
Right. I mean, we all need that too. And I'm remarking, because I like with Frosty, I know, right. I can remember my kindergarten teacher for great things, but not, and she was wonderful. I don't remember her inspiring me for art though, but she was a really great teacher. But he was like, I can't even remember my kindergarten teacher's name. But that's just the power of a really great teacher, to start you off on a foundation and a pathway, and ignite that creativity that's taken you one way or another throughout your life. And that is really awesome. More teachers need to be like that, ignite that wonderful passion and creativities. But, that's how it goes. We end up having life, guys. You go to school, you have children, you have to do all this kind of stuff. But one of the things I really like too is, yes, we always, show things up. And one thing, or coming on the show, and we learn little tips along the way. And you're like, oh, I think I want to try that. Or we look at each other's art and going, that's really beautiful. I've never tried that medium. Or, it just really, that's what's really great. And just sharing out everybody's amazing work. That is just the whole goal. Because every time I have you guys are like, I don't know, I'm like, and you're phenomenal. Every single one of you are like phenomenal. So it is so exciting to hear that. And your journey sounds amazing. And we're so glad that you are keeping up with this. You guys are going to be so excited tonight. You ready to go through this amazing journey? All right. So I don't know how many social medias you're on, Laura. If you want to tell everybody kind of where to find you. I know that you can find you on Truth, but you might be on other social medias that you can scream out now if you like.
I am only on Truth. I'm on YouTube, but I do not put anything on there. I'm strictly on YouTube so that I can comment on other YouTubers out there.
Okay. Well, all right. You guys can find her at Truth if you go to Truth Social at myvoice637. And there you guys can go and give her a follow there, and just give her a wonderful congratulations on her art and share it out. I'm sure she would appreciate that as well. All right, you guys, you are in for a treat. We are starting with this one. All right, Laura, tell us about this one.
Sure. This is, I really like MC Escher. And this was a piece that I kind of did. I wanted to do something that was a metamorphosis piece. And so it's just basically fish that kind of turn into sea plants. And really it was kind of an ode to him as an artist. He's just an artist that I look up to and admire a lot.
I really know about that too. We get inspired by certain masters, and there's a little bit that we take from them. And, you know, I just did a first one I've ever did that's pretty, not exactly, but you can really tell that it's an ode to a master as well. But don't you love to be inspired and go, you know, how I don't want to necessarily copy you, but I want to take a little bit of that and put it into my work and take you kind of with me through my journey and give you honor for inspiring me. And I love it. Isn't this piece so dynamic? And what is this? Is this acrylic? What are we doing here? I don't think that it is.
It's marker. It's a 18 by 18 inch marker.
Wow.
Black and white.
I love it. I was going to ask if that was printmaking because it looks so much like that, you know? Yeah. Isn't that a beautiful, clever piece? I agree.
Yeah, I was asked that before, I think a long time ago when I first posted it, somebody asked me if it was a printmaking piece. I said, no, it's just marker.
Right. But it is just so great. I love it. Sometimes, you know, things don't have to be always full of color. I think that the choice of just the black and white makes it so dynamic. It is really, oh yeah, I agree. It is really cool. Isn't it a great way to start off tonight? Just love it. I think this is fantastic. And thank you guys for your comments and compliments. I appreciate that. I'll grab them as much as I can. Oh, I know. You're welcome. This is so awesome.
So much.
Just so awesome. And thank you guys for that. Frosty, I agree. Isn't there a lot of creativity? There is. Frosty, there's a lot of creativity in My Voice is Art. I agree.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Frosty.
Just fantastic piece to get us all started with. All right, guys. Next up, you know, and some of these, you just dropped this one the other day, and I'm always surprised. I'm like, where did this one come from?
Well, not too long ago, I had cleaned out it's like a little mini studio. It's basically a walk-in area we have a finished basement, and that is my little mini studio. And I have all these art supplies. And I finally got around to, because I homeschool, I had all this, just stuff to save, like a paper towel holder, to do crafts and stuff with the boys when they were younger. I finally went through it. And as I went through everything, I found, going through old portfolios, I found old sketches. I found this piece. And I thought, it's not one of my favorites, but I thought I would post it the other day.
I think it's fantastic. And I'm just kind of laughing too, because doing that, especially with my kids in high school, and I end up opening up my school art integrated, but I was like, and I walked through and I'm like, you're laughing because I have all these toilet paper rolls and I have all these different things, paper, all these different supplies. I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do with them all, but maybe donate them to somebody a little bit down the road. But isn't that fun to find these treasures? Because all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I remember creating that. And it's fantastic. So is this medium oil pastels is what I'm going to guess, but you tell us.
It is chalk, soft pastel.
Oh, wow. You guys blow my mind with this.
Yeah, it's 14 by 16.
Wow. How do you like working with this medium? Because whenever I think of chalk pastels, and I have a few of you guys that do this, I think of just really muted, pastels, right? So you guys, and then you come out with these dynamic pieces. So tell us a little bit about working with that material.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's there are different shades, different hues, and so there are darker colors, and it's softer. So when you draw, or you've ever written with just regular chalk, it's softer. So it's more depending on how much pressure you put. It can be dark or it can be light. It is my favorite medium. It's just so easy to blend, and it's messy. And I know a lot of people use fabric to blend, or they use paper towel to blend. I actually make sure that my finger is nice and dry, and I use my finger. So that's why it's so messy for me, because I have all these wet paper towels,
right?
And I'm constantly, wiping off my fingers. But my finger, I feel like, blends better than anything that I've tried.
I can kind of understand that, because I would be afraid, and I've never dealt in this medium. yet, but I would be afraid that a paper towel kind of takes some of the color away from it, like clean it off. And you're like, oh,
Yep.
am I going to lose that? Even though it might blend, I would be afraid of that. So I would probably be using my fingers too. And then I'll obviously have my paper towels next to me. But I've heard the same thing. I mean, you can't even see, it just blends together so beautifully. I mean, unless you're physically making the line work, you can't even see that. It just is really amazing and beautifully done. And I love this. Right, Frosty, springtime when the baths come out. Yes, welcome spring. It's a great piece. And I love to learn about new mediums. You guys always inspire me to think, I got to try something like this. Like I need to buy another art supply,
Same here.
Right? It is just awesome. And that's what Donna says, right? Exactly. See, Nancy, I'm the same way. You guys coming on, right?
Nancy, you would be able to do this medium. There's no doubt in my mind.
She does. She always gets inspired by you guys, and I have to give it to you guys because you do inspire each other. And next thing I know, you're all trying different mediums. This is definitely something on the bucket list. Beautifully done. Look at that eye. Look at the colors. Look at how everything. And I love the contrast between that red and green. Great choices here. Amazing piece, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you.
Is this the same?
To be honest with you, it's so far back. I did these in 1992, and I actually have a watercolor piece that I did too that I did not submit. I for the life of me, I don't know. I must have went through some kind of fish phase, but this is also chalk, soft pastel, same size, 14 by 16, and I did do this in the same year. So.
Did you go to a lake? Were you wanting to go on vacation? Sometimes I get inspired that too, and I'm dreaming, okay, I really need to get to, something. But this is so fantastic. Look at the dynamics of these colors. I mean, it's got this beautiful, like a fish was, how that you've got that like sparkly skin, tone from their beautiful scales. This just really is bouncing right off the page. And it's not that small of a piece. It's a pretty decent size. Have you ever gone bigger than this, or
not with chalk pastel? No, no.
I'm just wondering because I've got to learn as much as I possibly can about this medium. I would imagine it would take a really long time. It's a lot easier to paint a huge canvas than probably doing any kind of pastels. I know. Don't you love the seagrass cask? I was talking about that.
You would probably go through a lot of pastel to go bigger. Like to work as big as you do, you would need to definitely double up on your colors.
Right. Right. I agree, Donna. This is absolutely incredible. I know. Wow. I know. We're just starting off too, and it's just fantastic. You guys we're lighting up the chats with this already. You guys, awesome. Doesn't it just shine? I mean, it does. It has that totally beautiful, almost satiny, shimmery to this beautiful fish. Nice. Absolutely nice. I know. You guys, I can't grab your comments fast enough. I'm getting to them all. You guys, thank you so much again. Love all the wonderful compliments you guys are having tonight. But it is very, very nice. Now, do you work from like an idea or a photo, or is this all something from your imagination? How does this process work?
So these two were not from pieces of it were from my imagination. My dad and my brother like to fish a lot. So if they catch a fish, I would snap a picture, but then I wanted to put the fish in its environment. And so definitely with this one, I know that I did like the sea plants, or not the sea plants, but the lake plants. Right. That's all in my head. But the fish itself, I took a picture, and sometimes I'll change the color because I like colorful. And but a lot of times, not so much these two pieces, but a lot of times I do work from photographs.
Right.
Or I'll take like something from this photograph that I like and something from this photograph that I like, and then I'll just combine it.
Exactly. Because, we have a reference per se, even if it's from our imagination. A lot of times we're like looking at things just to make sure that we're getting a proportion right or whatever. I get that. And we use that all the time, but I love this. Now, have you ever had to like go over after you do a certain piece like this and go, the color's not so much right, I'm going to go over it completely with a whole different color palette?
I haven't. No. Not with like these two pieces. I never did any kind of sketches before, but as I've gotten, I would say when I started painting again, when I lived in Arizona, I always like to sketch things out first, because if I make a mistake in my sketch, I'm not doing it on my painting or whatever medium I'm working in. I'm doing it on the sketch. And if I don't like that, then I can change it before I start painting.
Right.
I'm a planner. I can't I just can't wing it.
It turned out fantastic though. Now you've got some, right? I mean, that's what I love about you guys, because you always throw something at me that I swear I have never seen. I swear you may have shown this, but I don't feel like I have seen this before. This is fantastic. Tell us about this one.
So this one, I'm trying to find it here on my list. This is like Thumbprint on the World. This is a printmaking class that I took at Shepherd. Okay, 1994. This is in Tagula. So I don't know if you can see, the last show I did, this is the actual metal plate.
Yep, shows.
And this I actually did put in the last show I did with you. Maybe so that's probably why you've seen it before. You just can't place it.
Right. This is probably one of the reasons I'm like, show your guys' art again, because we forget sometimes, you know. And I love that. I love printmaking. I don't know about you, but I had so much fun in printmaking class.
Me too.
All right. I was like, wow, if you guys ever get an opportunity to take one, I highly suggest it. It's a lot of fun, because you can do, even with any kind of, whether it's intaglio or I can't think of the other one right now, but you can do multiple prints. You can change the colors. I mean, it's really amazing, the class is. And I love how this, just kind of ink it up the way you want to, and you can do multiple prints. But look at how awesome this is. Just fantastic. I'm over here. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. You guys, I'll grab your comments. I'm geeking out on the work. Right? Yes, that's right. It is really, really cool. Oh, man. Right? Just so cool. Okay. Love it. I am thinking of that. So, yes, just... No, that's not the one I was thinking of too. What is the one? I can't think of it right now. That's on the lithography, right? That I was thinking about.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'm like, I like that one too. That one's a lot of work, because you're always doing some kind of, sanding the stone, and it has to be perfect, but it's still a lot of fun, guys. If you ever get a chance to take this class, I highly suggest it. My little community at the museum, they have a printmaker there too that's doing little classes. I was like, how awesome is that? So amazing. Absolutely amazing. This is really great.
Thank you.
Jogged my memory. Funny. Absolutely funny. Oh, see, okay, I'm not the only one. So please show your guys' work again, because Nancy's saying I don't remember seeing this one either. So yeah, you're gonna have to drop this in the artist corner soon, and just jog everybody's memory of your fantastic work. Oh, okay, Frosty, that's what he said with the metal. As soon as he saw the plate, he's like, I remember that from the last show. Yes. We love it. Fantastic work, guys.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now she doesn't only do, I mean, we have already talked from pastels to printmaking and photography now. Tell us about this.
This was another class that I took in 1995 at Shepherd. I took photography, and I just fell in love with it. This is old school photography, where you develop your own film. You go into the lab, the dark room. And my final project, I had to shoot 6 rolls of film. And, I was just pondering, what should I do? What subject should I do? And my dad's a car guy. And I thought, oh my goodness, I go to a junkyard. I asked him, Dad, is there any good junkyards where they're going to have some antique cars that are just sitting there? And so we both went, and I shot 6 rolls of film, and this one was one of my favorites. It's 8x10, and I just loved the tree growing up through. I mean, it's kind of sad at the same time, but it just shows you, like, when things are left to just sit, how nature takes over.
Mm-hmm. And quickly.
Yes.
Right. Absolutely quickly. If we didn't have this and there was no humans on this earth, can you imagine 10 years from now, everything will look drastically different, as nature takes over. There's so much character in this piece because, right, it's growing through the engine part. It's rusted and it's broken. It's got limbs coming out the sides. It absolutely screams, that nature is going to take over. And I love the choice of the sepia tone as well. Just remarkable. And I love photography classes as well. You're taking me back to some great memories. That's one thing that was great about going to school is like, oh, I get to take this class and I get to take this class. Right? Was it fun in the darkroom developing your own stuff as well?
I loved it because it's like a surprise. It's like you don't really know how it's going to turn out. You can see the negative, but until it gets put on the paper and you're developing it in the chemicals. And I can still remember the smell. I'm sure it's not good for you to breathe that in, but I can still remember this. I just loved it. Like taking pictures with my cell phone. It's fun, but it's not
the same.
It's just not the same.
It's not the same. It's really funny. It's when I met my husband, he was, I was a store manager for Home Depot before he got into nursing and so forth. And so I still, whenever I smell like cut wood or chopping trees or whatever, there's a certain sense, or you smell grass. There's these certain kind of, things that just remind you of a certain time. And I remember, now that you brought that up, I'm like, oh, I totally remember the solution smell.
I know. I don't know why I remember that.
No math, no nothing. Come on in and smell the chemicals, kids.
I know.
Oh, Donna took photography class too. Oh, right.
Well, he knows.
That's right. We're all going back to those memories. How much fun. Oh, the Frosty. He brought a brand new car that looks like it. Funny. You guys, isn't this fantastic? I love it. What a great catch. Just another reminder, to go out and take your camera, whether it's your phone or if you have a real camera or whatever, and stop and capture these moments because you just never know. I mean, look at how much life truly is coming through this piece, right? Fantastic, right? Oh, here is another one. That is amazing. Okay, tell us about this one.
This is, it's the same project. And it's 8x10. And yeah, it was the same as part of the 6 rolls of film that I shot. I have a lot of these. I just kind of pick out my favorites when I post in Artist Corner or for the show. It just has character, and you wonder the history, like who drove this car, who how many owners did it have, before it ended up in the junkyard, and
right. That is awesome. Oh, this car looks sad. I was just going to sit there and think, but now that we have movies like Cars that came out for the kids, all of a sudden you can see eyes and you can see, frowns or whatever, because they've made the cars into, live, things. But it has so much character where you can look at it, and just exactly think and wonder, what did this car look like back in its heyday, and what's its story? It's just amazing. I love that. Just so amazing. They don't even make cars like this anymore. Everything looks the same. So it has so much uniqueness to it as well. What a great junkyard. Did you just kind of wander around the whole place, or was it all like this, or was just a few pieces that just stood out to you?
Well, this is going back to 1995. So there were actually a lot of old cars. This was a junkyard that was in Hagerstown, Maryland. Okay. And they were also, newer cars. So there were 80s, 70s cars. Right. But these were kind of in the back. And because my father, as a hobby, he doesn't do it anymore. He's older now. But as a hobby, he restored his old cars. He would do everything from the engine work to sewing the upholstery to painting them.
Right.
And
That's
he
right.
knew exactly where to go when I asked him if I wanted, what I wanted to do. And we walked. And there was actually, I have another shot that I should post sometime. They had in the back of this junkyard, they had old Vietnam era Jeeps, and they were squished. So the machine had got a hold of them and just squished them down, and they were just all the
Oh,
way in the back of the junkyard. And I'm a Jeep person. I like,
mhm.
4x4s. And so I had to take a picture of it. It was just so sad to me.
Right.
Why'd they do that?
Right? That's really interesting. And you're just kind of reminding me, my dad, my sweet dad is 90 and he's got a Nash. I think it's a 46 or 47 Nash, whatever. And he's like, I asked him just the other day, what are you doing, Dad? Oh, I'm still working a little bit on the Nash. I'm like, what? But it's in their blood. I mean, they love doing
Mhm,
it. And like
mhm.
from the upholstery to the painting to working on it to fidgeting with it and all this kind of great stuff. And that is like so much fun. I bet your dad had a blast. He's like, I know exactly the place, and he's probably having just as much fun as you were.
Oh, he was there with a backpack looking for parts that he could fix. And he used to, on the side, he used to restore and sell Buick parts
Right.
at Carlisle and Hershey car shows in Pennsylvania.
Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. How much fun. What a great trip and a great memory. So now you can even just look at this picture and not only remember that, but remember the experience of going there with your father as well,
Oh,
which I'm sure just made it
absolutely.
even better. Fantastic. I love it. I absolutely love it, guys. All right. So, we got another version. I guess I could have put them together, but they're so separate. I just did. I kept them separate, but this is fantastic. All right. Tell us about this.
So this is 10 years apart from the black and white that I did. And, would stare at the black and white and what would it look like if I did it in color? And I wanted to redo it and do it in color. And so in 1991 is when I did the black and white. And so then I did in 2001, I redid it in color.
Wow.
It's colored pencil.
Nice. Nice. So which one do you like working better? You said that pastels are kind of your favorite, but do you find that colored pencils are just as rewarding, or what's your take on that?
I like colored pencils too. I do. My favorite medium though is the pastel, just because I love the blending that you can
Mhm.
do. Like you can just, it's so,
Good
I think
job.
it's so
That's
easy
beautiful.
to make it look pop, to make it pop out, to make it look
Right.
realistic. I love that you can blend it. Colored pencils are a little more difficult because you can
Mhm.
only blend them to a certain degree, but you just have to keep layering them, layering them, layering them. And if you make a mistake, it's like, uh-oh, what can I do to fix this?
Right. Right. Just did you've seen it. I just did a rose and colored pencil too, and it came out so vibrant. And I've heard about this whole using alcohol to help blend it, but I'm like, it looks really great, and I don't know if I'm going to ruin it because I don't really know. So I got like, maybe I need to do a crappy piece and work on the blending first, like a little whatever trial thing, because I'm like, I don't want to just have that as my experiment and not know about that. So I don't know if you use alcohol to blend your color pencils. No, you did a great
No,
job.
I don't. Sometimes I take, after I've put layers of color on, if I need to blend it a little bit, I actually go over it with like a white
Okay.
colored pencil, or maybe even like if I need a darker tone, I'll go over it with like a darker colored
Nice.
pencil. But a lot of times I use white, and that seems to help me blend a little bit better. But I really have to plan out my colored pencils.
Mhm.
Um,
Right.
they require pieces like that really require me to do some sketches beforehand, so I know exactly how to go about doing it.
Well, I'm just looking at the tails, especially on the orange and the yellow green one on the sides, and how you've just literally brought that up into this, beautiful blending tone from the dark to the light yellows. I think you just did an excellent job on that. Isn't this beautiful, guys?
Thank you.
Fantastic. And there's, it's not even, it's not easy to redraw the same piece, that is amazing in its own right. And I love it. So dynamically different each with their own personalities. They're just fantastic. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, I'm right. Wow, nice. Oh, I'm having so much fun looking at your work, honey, that I'm just so like, right. I'm putting these beautiful comments up here. I know. Isn't it nice? You
Thank
guys are
you.
so great. You guys are so great. Thank you, everyone. All right, let's look at your next piece. This has a lot of explanation, and I know this piece, but you need to explain all the wonderfulness about this piece. Man,
Sure.
so much in here.
So a lot of thought process went into this one. I was living in Arizona. I did, this is back in 2001, I did this. And I had this like postcard. I think I have it even with me. No. I've posted it before, I think. So I had bought this postcard, and it has all these Hopi Indian symbols. And I thought to myself, what can I create to create like everlasting life? Or what do you need to make yourself have a happy life?
Right.
And so the symbols that I used were, for example, the bear track. It's a good omen. The centerpiece is actually everlasting life, means everlasting life and Hopi symbols. Right. The find these, but just
it's awesome. It's like a story. It's like a hieroglyphic story per se.
Yeah.
You know?
That's what I wanted to surround the everlasting life with symbols that are protection. I think the corn husk is fertility. The eagle is for happiness unlimited. And so that was the purpose behind this. And it is my largest piece. It
looks big.
36 by 48.
I know that size.
And I started out by spray painting it gold, the canvas, and then sponged the blues and the reds, and then used black paint for the symbols.
That is really awesome, because that was what I was going to ask next, was about this background. And so, yeah, that's awesome. I use spray painting it and then going over that too, because look at how awesome that is, right? It's got such a really great, almost stone, abstractly textured background that just makes it completely pop off of here. Okay, Frosty has a question. He goes, this is so detailed and so intricate. How long did this piece take? And I know you don't have an approximate, but
so it was back in 2001.
Weeks. We can go with weeks or months,
Yeah, I would say probably a month. And, as artists at the time, I had a full-time job. It was before I met my husband, so I had a career. So I was probably coming home and staying up late, probably working on it an hour or two, a couple nights a week. And then when the weekend hit, I was probably working on it more. So I would think, if I can remember, I think it was about a month, because it was kind of layering too. And
right. And things have to dry, especially, on a large piece. One thing about being in Arizona, I don't know if you've noticed a different, I don't know what state you're in right now, but when I was in Arizona, I mean, I could go out, and I had this like makeshift studio that my husband took half his garage. And so I would go enjoy the mornings, and have this beautiful one, but things dried faster. But now when you're in a state that's more humid, you're like, seriously, you're still not dry?
Yeah. Right. And this is acrylic. So I've always mostly worked in acrylic. It wasn't until recently that I've been trying to teach myself oil. So yes, it would dry very,
very
quickly. So I used what is it? I have I think it's retardering medium that I use to kind of make it thinner, the paint thinner to when I need it.
Lets it dry a little bit slower.
I
agree. I've used that too, though, with an acrylic. Exactly. Frosty says that's actually pretty fast, right? These are large pieces. They take time and dedication, and just to even do the background is going to take a while. As you let one dry, then you come back over. And I don't know, did you create this while the spray paint was still wet to add the other colors, or is it more of a layering effect?
It is a layering. I made sure that it, well, except when the gold had to dry. And what's funny is I had a 1-bedroom apartment when I lived in Arizona, and probably wasn't the smartest thing. I did have the windows open, but I had to put like tarp down. And thank goodness I didn't get paint everywhere. They would have taken my security deposit. But the gold I laid down.
Right, good.
And then I sponged the red and the blue together.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Nice. I'm laughing because of two things. Number one, I'm laughing kind of because I'm like, so I'm in a small apartment and I've got the fumes going from the spray paint, and then I'm going to photography class.
I know.
But when I was in my dorms in graduate school, I had a 350 square foot little studio kind of thing. And I always worked in huge pieces, and I'm just like, and here's the oils and all the, linseeds and mineral spirits and whatever. And there's no masks going on, a few windows for airing it out, It's good. You just go with it. Go with it. Good times, huh, Laura? Good times.
We're an experiment. If we live in our 90s, maybe it's good for you to breathe that in.
Or maybe that's what's wrong with us somewhat. Where I don't know. I love it though. Just what we do to create art. Everybody, there's some serious dedication, and this is phenomenal. You ever think about doing another large piece like this in your future?
I would like to. I'm putting together an idea for a piece right now, but I just don't think it's going to be a large one. I think it's going to be, more of a rectangle. It's going to be bigger than what I normally work in when I create a pastel or but I don't have the room right now. Like I would take up the whole kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
So I would love to work larger. I just need space that I just don't have it.
And then where are you going to put it afterwards until it sells or something like that, right? I mean, all my walls have like full. So I call it challenging myself to do something smaller. But the truth of it too is like I'm running out. And aren't you still teaching your children?
Yeah, so my sons still live at home. My older son is 18. He's going to the community college, so he's still at home. And my youngest is finishing up his freshman year in high school. So I have 3 more years of homeschooling him. So until they leave my house, they take up room too.
And that's more, I mean, that's a full-time job on top of being a mother. I mean, I know all about that. So, and I'm going to give you amazing praise for that. Homeschool your children, guys. It's such a great idea. I love it. This is fantastic. We love this one. And, this one too is all of them. I'm going to say it's probably to everyone. Oh, and this one. But the contrast, that's what first grabs me on this one is I love the choice of the textures and the contrast. But please tell everyone about this piece.
Sure. So this one was one where I did some sketches in the beginning. I think I brought some of them. And I just didn't know. I went through where I wanted to do Christ's hands with it, and it just didn't feel right to do that. I don't know why. It just didn't sit right with me. So I scratched that. So then I went to this one where I actually did Matthew 28:19 to make it more apparent what I was trying to do. And then I was like, my husband didn't like that idea. He's like, you need to make people think about it more. And so then I finally just decided to go with the piece that you have up, and it's just the Trinity. And so, we live in this dark world. I mean, there's happiness. We have, good days. I'm not saying that the whole world is horrible, but we do live in this very contentious world right now. Mm-hmm. And so that's the cool colors, the angst that exists in the world.
Right.
And I wanted to stress that, through God and Christ and the Holy Spirit, that there is hope. And mm-hmm. this is once we pass on, this is not our forever home here. If you have faith and you believe in Christ. And so I wanted to do the Holy Trinity because we have God who created us, who, is the
right. I mean, it's just so
our
dynamic.
creator, and he sent Christ to save us. And then the Holy Spirit is kind of that little voice that tells you, don't you do that.
Right.
So, and I've never done a faith statement piece before.
I love it.
And it's for anybody who does this, it is incredibly difficult because you want to get it right.
You're shaking. I don't know about you, but I'm shaking. I'm nervous. Even my Zentangle cross, you're like, okay, because you have this, you're like you said, you have this thing about, I got to get this right, so pressure, that's the word I'm looking for. But you're right. I mean, this is what I love about Monday shows. I've really turned it into showing that there's humanity, because we saw it. I mean, COVID, especially through that, we had nothing to look at, but we saw all this darkness start. Not that it didn't exist, but now it's in our face. So we know it exists, but to see what's still going on with, our young millennials that are just literally urging and looking for faith, right? And coming to that. And there's so much, people saving each other, whatever. There's a lot of beauty that we need to really also focus on. And I love that you said that, because yes, we may live in what is, some darkness, but this is a huge bright light. And that's exactly who it is with God, the Savior, and the gift of the Holy Spirit. Thank you very much for that. And it's just beautiful. The textures, I love the combination of the blues going on and the line work and just that radiance. I mean, it just looks like it's almost like a fireball, coming through. You did this so well.
Thank you.
Absolutely beautiful. Right? Oh, I know, you guys. Okay, I'm sorry. Yes, great light and dark bold. I agree, Frosty. I mean, Donna, sorry about that. Yes, that is fantastic, isn't it? And I put that up there already. Cass, love the balance glowing of the Trinity. Isn't it just beautiful? Just remarkable. Love it. Just love it. Oh, yeah, exactly. Man. And so this just looks like could be a really large piece too. I'm just saying, I know it's probably not, because then we just talked about it, but this does look like it could be a massive, maybe because the presence of it, that it just looks very, very, like it'd be a whole wall. It's fantastic. Love it. Love it. You guys.
It's 18 by 24 acrylic.
Right? That is the size I'm working on right now. That's what I call my small zone. We're gonna figure it out. But this is just so dynamic. I'm really, really pleased. You did such a great job on this, my friend. Beautifully done. You're welcome. Oh, take us here.
So this is, I got brave and I posted this. It is not one of what I consider one of my better pieces. And I really contemplated whether I even wanted to post it. But I got brave. There are parts that I do like. I do like the sticks in the background behind the falls.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't like the falls themselves, because I feel like it should have been not so white. That this is a little, they're only 2 to 3 feet tall. They're these little mini falls. They're in Swallow Falls State Park in Maryland. And a lot of times people just don't even go visit them. So it's nice because nobody's there and you can take pictures, you can wade in them. Muddy Creek Falls is the big highlight falls. It's 32 feet. And then Swallow Falls, people like to swim and slide down the rocks in those falls.
Mm-hmm.
So
right. That's amazing. What's great is because I'm smiling because she's like, I don't know if this is one of my greatest pieces. And the first person up is like, awesome. I think we're so critical of our own work, but people see it and they're just like, this is awesome. I mean, right? Look at the light on the very bottom as that water is, hitting it, the river underneath it. And it's just full light. It's just bouncing all over this piece. So much detail going on in this. Look at the rocks, guys. Man, you see, right? I love the contrast between the browns and the white water. I know it is fantastic. And Nancy loves looking through the water and seeing the background. I agree with that. Absolutely amazing. Right? So, okay, the people are loving this one.
Thank you.
I think they love all your work too. I'm just smiling because we are so self-critical. I'm like, I don't know. And then all of a sudden looking through this through somebody else's eyes, you're like, really? Okay. Maybe it is awesome. I think so. Thanks, JJ, for starting that off. Man, there's so much to me that's going on in this. I love the light, the usage of light, not only on, the moss on the rocks, you've got the light directed, on the water. It has it's bouncing off here. I think you did this really beautifully.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Hey, new viewers, love to see you guys. Thank you so much for coming in. I see you guys. That's what I'm saying, guys. Frosty agrees. He loves the transparency of the falls as well. Isn't it fantastic? Absolutely fantastic. Well, I think this is a good one. Nice. We're loving this. Okay. Oh man, fantastic. Every single one. Are you? if you guys don't know me by now, fantastic, phenomenal. It's like almost comes out of my mind every time I see your guys' work, each piece, and that's just what I think. This is.
I'm always saying beautiful. Like this is beautiful. I mean, everybody's work, I compliment you. Beautiful. And I try and tell you why. Like there's so many things about it.
But there's, what else are you supposed to say? I mean, stunning, magnificent, phenomenal, beautiful. I mean, but that's how we feel.
Yeah.
And when you're commenting on 20 people's artwork, you're like, okay, I don't have time for paragraphs on everybody, but I want you to know I saw it and I think it's amazing. And so I appreciate that. And I know you do that. And this one is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Tell us about this little still life here.
So this is another chalk soft pastel. It's 11 by 14. And I don't have a purpose behind this one other than we had renovated our hall bathroom. And I had collected, we went to the ocean. My mother-in-law lives near Bethany Beach, Delaware. So we go there a lot. And I think it was in the fall where all the seashells were coming up on the beach. They're not so much there during the summertime. And so I grabbed these shells and I kind of arranged them on the sand the way I wanted them. And I took a picture. And I just wanted to do this for the bathroom, for our redo of our bathroom. And so it's hanging up there. There wasn't a purpose behind this one, but.
Right. I think this is great. Absolutely great. Right. The details, I threw this up, the details of the shells. Wow. That's what Cask said. I agree with you. That's just amazing. Love it. Oh, Dada, flowing movement in the color and on the shells, right?
Thank you.
Just wonderful. Wonderful. What'd you say? Oh, I know. Okay, JJ, I'm going to throw this up. So great. So great to have you here, all of you. Thank you so much. And he says, as an enthusiast, this show at Laura's work is an enthusiastic overload of phenomenon.
Thank you very much, JJ. That's very kind.
Oh, I love my mods. You guys, we've been sharing the artists out for almost 3 years now, maybe even a little longer. So I love it. You guys are just the best. Wonderful, wonderful mods that I have. I agree, JJ. This work is enthusiastic overload of phenomenon. What a great It is fantastic. And I know we have some others that are in the chats right now that work with pastels as well. But I am just really, the more I see you guys do this, they can be somewhat, muted, based on the colors. Because when I went looking for them to buy, you can buy a collection of 100 different colors. So I was like, oh, wow. It's like crayons, buying the big box of crayons with all the colors. That would be so me. But just look at the blending, guys. I mean, the line work is all by choice, but the blending of color is just so smooth. It is really awesome. Now, when you do a piece like this, how do you get the back, the textured yellow back? Do you have to start with that and kind of, after I'm assuming you kind of drew the outline of your shells where they were. And do you start with the background and then go to the front pieces?
Absolutely. That's exactly how I do it. I do take a pencil and I just kind of sketch out where everything's supposed to go. And I work with the background and I do one color. And then I do the shells, and then, depending on the photograph and where the shadows are, then I start working the shadows, and then I put in the line work last.
Nice.
And then, I stand back and see where it needs to be blended a little bit. And if something needs more shadow, add, a dark, press down darker in the pastel. And but it's kind of layering, really, too.
You guys are really making me excited. I'm currently working on something right now. If I bought a new medium, I don't know if I'd finish what I've got doing, but it's on the list. Do you ever, even though if you don't buy it at Amazon, do you ever just put something in your cart to remind you that you need to get that future? It's in the cart. This is fantastic. Yes, Salty. That she is also one of our pastels. She loves it. Nice neutral colors. Isn't it beautiful? Fantastic piece. All right. This is a new one and a new venture for you. Tell everybody about this.
This one is tiny. It's only 8 by 10, but in my whole years of doing art, I have never worked in oils. I never had the opportunity to work in oils. Whenever I would take a painting class in college, they always had us work in acrylics. And so I watched a couple YouTube channels, and of course, a lot of you artists and Artist Corner inspired me because of these beautiful oil paintings, and through encouragement through some of you, I decided that I wanted to try oils. Right. And so this is my very first oil painting. It's very simple. I started out simple. I still need to work with this medium, and so this summer I want to do some little flower studies just to kind of learn more about the medium. I think I might have used too much oil. It took forever for this thing to dry. That was the one thing that, like, I love the blending. So when I work with chalk pastels, I love the blending. I love that you can just blend and blend and blend with oils. But I don't like that it takes forever to dry. And I know that some of you have posted out there, and I bookmarked it, that there are some oil paints out there that don't take as long to dry. Right. And so once I get a handle on the medium, I'm probably going to buy some of those.
Right. And it depends on your technique too, and what you want to achieve. Because you can get oils and just paint straight from the tube. I mean, there's some people that do that. I've never, I was like, oh, I've always added at least a little bit of, a linseed or a walnut or whatever to make it a little bit more fluid. Everybody does that. I don't think Bob adds a lot of that. He's more of an impasto. So it's more of, really just from the tube. But then I like to add a whole bunch of oil with a little bit of tint, but you're right about that. The more medium that you're putting into, the longer it takes to dry. And it's great for me, but then it's like, people are like, how come you're not done? I'm like, well, I'm still waiting for that first layer to dry. And it's like been weeks, and that's what I missed about Arizona, because I might have that dry in a few days, but no, it's just totally different here. But this is fantastic for your first oil. As soon as I see this, my slogan, I always say every morning, be the light. I'm like, that should be the title of this is like, be the light. Isn't this just beautiful, everyone? I think it's great. I agree. Jay just says, whoa, like the light on the foreground from the dark background, right? Just amazing. Look at the color in the flame too. See, she uses her oils right out of the tube. She doesn't use any thinner as well, and hers dry in 2 hours. I'm like, I just feel like, no, that's funny, but that's what makes us all so different and unique. I can look forward to seeing what you're gonna do, and if you enjoy this, medium or not, Laura, it'd be lovely to see that journey. I do. I love oils. I do. Very nice. Isn't this beautiful, guys? Not bad at all for her very first oil. We think that's awesome. Man, I have to stare at that little flame. There's so much color going on in it. I just need a moment. I think this is fantastic. Very nice choice. Very nice. This one is also new. And wait, real fast. I love that you guys are all getting in the spirit for the 250. So cool on that, just on a side note, but please tell us all about this one.
Sure. So this one, again, I had to put a lot of thought into it. And when I did finish it and I posted it in Artist Corner, I kind of gave a, I don't know if I have it in here for me to look at. But I went through and I did research on the symbols I wanted to use. No, I don't think I put it with my collection. Sorry about that. Oh, well, so I went through and I looked at all these different symbols that stand for what, for the United States, and narrowed it down. So that was a process to research it and to process it. And so with these design pieces I do, they're really, you have to pick out 9 or 8 different designs. And then as you go up one level, you take the next 2, you keep the first design, your little 1 by 1, and then you take away 2. And so you have to think about your last design and your first design are what's going to end up in the center of your piece.
Okay.
And so then through the symbols, I felt like the cross is the most important because it's God, he's the Alpha and the Omega, beginning and the end. And I wanted the cross to be at the beginning and at the end of this piece. And the United States were a country under God. And so the second one I did was the Liberty Bell. And that really it's the Liberty Bell. That's why I chose it. And then the arrows come from the Great Seal of the United States. Mm-hmm. There are actually 13 arrows on that seal. Right. And it means that we are the best at defense. Like we can defend ourselves. If we need to, bring it, right? So I couldn't fit 13 arrows. So I kind of did 4 and just put it in a design pattern. Mm-hmm. And then the next one is a rose. And Reagan, in I believe it was 1986, he chose the rose as our country's floral emblem. And it means love. It means some other really nice things. And that's why he chose it. But I really liked love of country. And so that's the reason I chose that symbol. And then the next one is the flame from the Statue of Liberty. And then the next one are 13 olives and 13 leaves from the United States Great Seal. Mm-hmm. And that just means, and I don't have it in front of me. I know when I posted this most recently on Artist Corner that it is in there in my description. I believe it means peace. We are a nation that looks for peace first. And then the star it has a meaning too. I can't remember, but then the eagle, of course, is strength and means all kinds of things. The eagle stands for a lot, the bald eagle. And so then what I had to do is I had to sketch out how I liked my color combinations and when I wanted to change them. And sometimes when I do these, I pick different shades or completely different colors. Well, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to keep it red, white, and blue. So I had to change up where the red went, where the blue went, and where the white went as I moved up into the piece.
That is amazing. I am sorry, because I'll tell you what, you are really popular. So I have to do this real quick here, honey, because we got another raid. She's great luck here. Everybody, real quickly. Thank you, Raider. That is so awesome. Laura, you are just on fire tonight coming to see your amazing work. Welcome, new viewers, and thank you. The Real Wayne Root has rated the stream. Woohoo! Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for bringing them along. Shelly Rose, how awesome is that? Oh, you guys are just in time as we are discussing the wonderful symbology of our country. I was looking it up about Woodrow, we can't even say it now. Woodrow Wilson, even creating the first rose garden, right, in 1913, everyone, because this was our nation's flower. I love it that you've included that, right? just so many things. I like it, because with the arrows, even though it's not 13, it's also showing like a compass, that is going north, south, east, west. I mean, and you guys are talking about this, turned out like a really beautiful like quilt. So do you draw each one out, each square out individually and all this stuff?
Yeah, so you start off with 8 1-by-1 squares, and then as you move up a row, you take out 2. The next
right.
Yeah, so and then
amazing.
you just have to be mindful of, well, how do you want it to move up? Like,
right.
But yes, a quilt. I did have somebody on Truth, one of my followers. She likes to quilt, and she said, "Oh, this would be an amazing quilt." And I just said, "Go ahead, use my design, make a quilt, because this, if you can pull it off, it will be beautiful."
Right. But the reason I asked about this too, because they are so, how hard it is to draw the rows for instance, and how much they look almost identical. I mean, I could barely tell even a difference on them, but most of them look so that's what I'm remarking. The arrows look exactly the same. It is tedious, but it is just fantastic. Man, I don't know, Dada. He said, how long did it take you to make this one?
I think I've been working on it for a couple months, and whenever I would get an hour, usually when my husband takes the boys to Hapkido on Tuesdays and Wednesday nights, then I have some time to myself where I can work on it.
Right.
But I would try and work on it whenever I squeeze in an hour here, hour there, maybe a couple hours on the weekends. But it's also difficult to stand there, and you have to give yourself a break, or my neck is going to cinch up on me, because and I have to keep my pencils really sharp too. It is very tedious, because you're working in a 1-by-1 inch square, to make sure that you keep your red where it needs to go, and you don't mess up. And because if you mess this up, you got to start all over again, and I don't want to do that.
I would be crying, Laura. I would be crying if I had to. I'd be like, how much work went into this, but
I have my sketches of the color that I want to use, and I keep it right there in front as I'm coloring, because I'm 54. My brain isn't as sharp as in my 20s. I didn't even need to sketch it. Like, I could just I knew what colors and keep track of it. Now I'm just like, oh, I don't want to mess this up. I really don't want to start all over again.
Right, exactly. And the fact that you have to subtract one, I would have to I'd have to go to the next level and be like, okay, and make a little number of the symbols or something, like, okay, so I don't lose track.
I did that.
Did you?
I did. I knew, like, okay, row 1 and 2, these are the colors that I'm using for the cross. And then when I move up to 3 and 4, this is the color it changes. I absolutely had to do that.
How lovely mathematical of you. I'm serious. People don't realize that there's something like this. There's a lot of math and writing things down, and making sure it's all calculated correctly, but it turned out amazing. I don't know where you guys submit. So if you guys know, if there's a place that you could submit your work for the celebration. I know for my show around July 4th, of course, obviously we will have a mass show to highlight you guys, but I don't know if there's places that, there should be, this some kind of place where everybody can submit their work. I don't know. Maybe your local area. Mm-hmm. This should be in some place, Laura. You need to let it shine.
Thank you.
Right? Absolutely. I agree, guys. Absolutely awesome. And yes, a lot went into this. You're absolutely right. Fantastic piece. All right. Our next one. Wow. We are just moving along. This is awesome.
This one is Wapatki Window in Monument in Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
I did this in 2005. It was going to be my last adventure in Arizona before I moved back to the East Coast. I had got engaged in 2004, and my family's, I'm originally from the East Coast anyways, but so once I got engaged, we moved back, and this was just, I really wanted to go up to Flagstaff and then over and see the big meteor crater and go into the White Mountains. And So I took lots of photos, and I knew I was going to do a painting, and I always liked to look through. It was really neat to go through the Native American ruins there and just kind of take some shots looking out from like a window.
Right.
Just a unique point of view.
Mm-hmm.
And
this reminds me so much of home. I lived in northern Arizona too, and it kind of got a little splash of the petrified zone. You got,
yep.
The beautifulness, in the stonework with the cracks and everything. But the take on this, that you're looking through this like little dark kind of opening from one end to the other, it's almost like it could have been an archway or something. And I agree, guys, this is really awesome. I love this too. Wow. Do you miss Arizona? Laura, do you miss Arizona? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you cut out. Either I cut out or you cut out for a minute. I can hear you now.
Right. Do you miss Arizona at all?
Oh, absolutely. I want to move back there. Once my husband, he retired in 2023 from law enforcement, 32 years, but now he's doing another job while we put the kids through college, and both kids want to go to Penn State, and my mom and dad are still alive. I really want to get back out to Arizona, but there's just these,
life.
It's just, yeah.
Right. Excuse me. Just so much going on. And look at the character of each stone piece up front. I mean, they almost have like their own little personalities, right? Oh, I know. That's a great place. I mean, there is a lot to see. I mean, so yeah, there is some heat, but it's not always hot. Like, the summers are bad, but the thing about it is the skies and the terrain. And there's so much, even though it's prickly and there's got cactuses, but the weather, what it's been through, the Grand Canyon, you're talking a millennial of life. That just goes to show there. There's areas in the red rock areas where you can literally see fossils in all the stones and stuff. It's literally a geological marvel when you see this kind of stuff. And you captured so much that's going on in the tones with just each one of these rocks. It is just fantastic. Wow. I love it. I love it. You guys, I see that you do that too. Isn't it just a beautiful interpretation? Love this.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Very unique. I just want to, before I go, I just think that's really great. And so did you have a picture of this? Were you standing there?
Yeah, I did. Did I pull it out? I've got it right here.
Do you? Okay, let me come back, because I have a different screen where I can like really geek out on it. Oh, right. Nice.
So this is the picture, and then I actually did a black and white sketch just so I knew how to get it on the canvas.
Right. That is really awesome. I like the black and white too. That is really beautiful as well.
Yeah, thank you.
It's amazing when your sketch comes out just as fantastic, Oh, wow, you guys. Love it. Absolutely love it. I agree. Thank you so much. And I love having you new viewers here. Thank you guys so much. And yeah, I will come check you out. But Maga Punch, welcome. And he's like, yes, this is absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
I agree. Art night's so much fun. We just get to geek out on some amazing talent here. So welcome to the show. Awesome. All right. We are just so many great pieces. Tell us about this beauty.
So this one, it was Thanksgiving 2024, and we were visiting my mother-in-law, who I said she only lives about 2 miles away from Bethany Beach. And so her and I went for a nice walk before Thanksgiving dinner. And there were these little birds, and they were just kind of digging through the sand and eating the little sand fleas and just scattering about. And the sky was just so pretty. It was like a cotton candy sky. Mm-hmm. Or an Easter egg painted sky. It was just so pretty. And so I took photos of that. And then this one is, it is 18 by 24 acrylic.
Man, nice. Just, you captured this so well. You can see the movement of this wonderful ocean, right? Look at the details in the sand as you know that the water has receded. Sky is just so gentle and so beautiful. I know Oh, she's Nancy says, I love the placement of the little birds, right? And the white foam. I know.
Thank you.
Wow. Loving this. I agree, guys. Absolutely beautiful. Do you have a favorite piece? And if we haven't seen it yet, I mean, you don't have to tell us yet, but is there one that just screams out to you like that's my favorite? I'll never sell that one.
Wow. Oh, you put me on the spot there. I like the one that I just finished for the 250th birthday. I'm really happy with that one. I'm really really proud of the research I did for that and implementing it. Like it has a purpose. Like you stated before, Lady Hamilton, that like your artwork means more to you when it has a purpose. You're more passionate about it and you feel good about it. Like, and that's how I feel about that one.
Right.
No, I like the one that you just showed before this one because it's a good memory. It's my last little adventure before I left. I moved out of the state of Arizona. So it's like a bittersweet painting of a memory.
Yeah, I can understand that completely. And it's this when you're looking at your 250 and then looking at the indigenous one that we saw too, the research, looking into the symbols, telling a story. You're doing that with both of those pieces. You're literally using symbology that represents, a culture or representing our nation. And there's a lot of research that goes into that we might just even overlook without even understanding. That's why I love having you guys here so that you go like, did you know? I mean, how many of you knew that the rose was our, nation's flower? How many of you knew about the, the 13 crosses? I don't know, maybe y'all did, but this is the greatness. And I don't know if you would recognize that, right off the bat. So much research. Love it. When you put your heart and soul into a piece, then you love it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I think it's great. Oh, hey, Lehmans. Nice to see you, my friend. It's so glad to see you here. I know you're here and you're here busy in the background, but he had a comment on this one, right? He's like, yes, artwork has more value when it has purpose. So true. Isn't this just beautiful? Who wants to go to the beach? Who's ready? I am ready to go, guys.
We're going in May. I'm
Are
so
you?
excited. As soon as my son completes his second semester and the semester ends, we're going to go visit my mother-in-law in May. I'm very excited because this winter has been really rough here on the East Coast.
It was crazy. I had more snow this year than I've lived here, for something plus, about 4 years now. And we've never really had snow in my little zone. And I'm like, what? It was interesting. So what state are you going to go to for the beach?
Bethany, to see my mother-in-law.
Nice. Nice. I love it. I've been ready. And every time I look at like one of your guys' pictures or you, Frosty, Bob, whatever, and I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go. I'll pack my bags. Let's that's what I love about you guys dropping stuff because we can go on a little venture in your works, and I am more than ready to go and just beyond, I love the ocean, love the smell, love the breeze, love the sunshine. And I think this is great. Frosty says he goes every day. Do you really? I don't know. I know that he probably does. He lives up there in a beautiful part of Maine. Just fantastic. Let me see what else. I don't want to miss your guys' comments here. What'd you say? Oh, see, right. Oh, you live at the beach and you haven't been there in months. Just got to go. Just got to go. All right. And I agree with you, Dada. I love the horizon between the water and the ocean. Don't you?
Thank
you. Just
you.
that beautiful little line just made perfect. Absolutely perfect. Amazing. Very nice.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Tell us about this one.
All right. This one is a fall still life I did. I had bought pumpkins at, I think it was Lowe's, and had this really neat pumpkin that was square and it was gray. Never seen that before. I don't even know what kind of pumpkin it was, but it reminded me of this little show called something the Square Pumpkin that my kids watched when they were little. I can't remember what the little pumpkin guy, but it was so neat. So I bought it, and I bought a regular, 2 regular pumpkins, and then I put them outside up against my mom's and kind of arranged them in a still life and took some shots because it's really sunny out that day. And the shadow that was forming was just incredible. It was such a strong shadow that I wanted to challenge myself to see if I could do that in a colored pencil. And this is probably one of my favorites too. Actually, I just put a lot of, this took a couple months for me to do. And it was a lot of layering. Layering and layering and layering to get that.
Right. I love this. I had to look this up because I had never seen a gray pumpkin either. I don't even know what a Haldell, whatever, but that's what this is, the variety. And did you say there was a square pumpkin story?
It was square and gray.
Oh my gosh. Right? How cool is that? Oh, this is so, I've not seen one either. I mean, I've seen white. In some kind of varieties of that. I've seen speckled green and whites and stuff like that. But every time I turn around, I'm always surprised to learn about a new variety, of amazing. This is really great. Where can I don't know. Well, yeah, I'm going to do
it. Was Lowe's. I got it at Lowe's last fall.
Is that crazy? Huh. So there you guys go. That's what Frosty is. Where can I get one? I go to my local pumpkin patch, my local orchards. And so I'm going to have to look. I mean, I've seen some deformed ones that, kind of try to get there, but I don't think they're meant to be squared. I wonder if they form them on purpose that way, kind of bind them. Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. I just know that when I saw it, my husband was with me and I'm like, oh, I really want that square pumpkin.
Oh man, I love it. Right. I love the contrast between the pumpkins too, right? I agree, Dada. Just amazing. The wonderful shadows, right, that are being cast on them as well. Thank you for catching that. She did a really good job with the shadows under the flowers and the leaves and everything too. Yes. Nice catch, Dada. Love it.
Thank you.
They do form them. Thank you. Thank you, Frosty. So that's what I was wondering about that. Amazing. Just amazing. You guys are so wonderful with your interaction. I agree. It is just really, really a great piece. I know you had fun. And that's what's the fun thing too is one of the things we get to see is, you guys show us process pieces as you go. And that's always fun too. I was like, today I just showed a little bit of a hint. I'm like, I'm going to give a teaser out, but it's fun to see, that as well too. Just really beautiful. Really beautiful. You have done a great job.
Thank you.
I never wanted a pumpkin so bad. That's what Frosty says. Now he wants a square pumpkin. Right? Oh, some people set a small pumpkin in a square wooden form and then it grows squared. Okay. You guys are teaching me. I don't know. Now that we look at this piece, maybe you can draw one or paint one. Maybe next fall you can go find one. Maybe you can grow one and form one your own. Now everybody's going to want a square pumpkin. Take away from the pumpkin. The flowers, on a side note, everybody, the flowers up top are absolutely magnificent. Just love the coloring of them. Love, they're just these little delicate, beautiful little flowers are so detailed. I just didn't want to go past this without telling you that I noticed those and they are really done really well.
Thank you. They actually came back. They're my hardy moms, but I didn't think that they would be hardy enough to survive. We had 20 days of 0 to -11 temperatures, and they came back. I'm so happy. I don't know about my crepe myrtles, but my hardy mums came back, so I'm very happy about that.
Isn't that amazing? I always think that too, like my blueberry bush, I was worried about it. My strawberry plants, they all bounced back. It's like, really? I was so worried. And it's just really nice. That is just a fantastic touch to this piece as those wonderful mums. I think that it's fantastic. You're welcome. All right. I have always loved this piece.
Thank you.
Yes. Go ahead.
I did. In 1993, I had not seen the desert myself yet. My mom and dad went there for kind of a second honeymoon when I was like 9 years old. And so I was just kind of getting ideas of something to draw in college. And so I started looking through their slides, those slides that you'd have to put in a slide viewer. And I started looking through their slides, and I found this. It was gorgeous. And I was like, oh, I want to paint that. And I painted that.
That's awesome, from the slide viewer. That is so cool. How neat is that? Oh boy, you're taking us back. Right? It does have a very surrealism vibe. It's kind of like it reminds me of, like, I guess it's in a slide, but like those old posters. Hey, go visit it, whatever, that they would put out. But I just love so much in here as that beautiful sky is just blended down right behind the mountains, right? Carried through with the beautiful colors on, the different highlights on the cactuses, the blooms, it's just really nice. Really nice.
Thank you.
Yikes. You guys are just in love. I know. It's just beautiful. Yeah. Nancy, I know that you lived in Arizona too. She said, like, home sweet home in Arizona. That's funny how much you guys all miss Arizona if you've lived there. There are things I miss about it. I definitely will say the skies, I love that.
Yes.
The genealogy, but I'll promise you I do not miss that heat. Oh, I do not miss that heat.
I like, again, I'm going to bring up the fact that we had these 20 days, 0 to -11-degree temperatures. And I tell you, I would rather have the 115 to 118
right.
any day over that. I do not like to be cold.
Right.
And my blood has never thickened. And I can't stand the winter. I just don't like it.
Right. It's like my bones and muscles want to seize up and almost cramp when it gets super cold like that as well too. And there's always a pool. There's all, I mean, yeah, you can run the AC and stuff like that too. But, if you're outside too, that you can always find some shade. You can go jump into a pool. The nights, usually cool off as well. So there is some benefits. But yeah, it gets a little hot. But I do agree with you. I would never live anything north of where I do, because I cannot do that. I mean, I grew up in like northern Idaho as a young girl, and it was like so much snow that the wind would get it so bad that you could literally walk on it and almost climb to the top of the house. You're like, that was way too much snow. Right? Way too much. I agree, you guys. The cactus is just fantastic. Thank you for pointing that out, everyone.
Thank you.
Lovely. Lovely. What you guys are talking about? Yeah, it is cold. You're like, yikes, that's cold. That's what Long Punch says.
It's rare. It's rare that happens here, but ooh,
right? Don't take too many times before you're like, okay, we're close to getting out of here. We're on a 5-year plan now. Once the kids are out of here, we are out. I love it. That's funny. Yeah, you can cook eggs on the sidewalks. That's right. Right. Everybody has at least tried that once. That's funny. But you're taking us to a really beautiful moment. Oh my gosh. Now that I see this on the bigger piece, it's almost like this textured background. Is that an effect that how did you manage that? Or is it just the paper or canvas you used?
It was just a canvas board. It's a smaller piece. It's a 10 by 14, but just dry, just not using a lot of water.
I love that though. I think that's great because it adds texture to the desert sand at the bottom and textures to the sky behind it. I think it really adds to this piece. And once I can see it on a much bigger screen, when I click my tabs to hit the next one over, I'm like, look at all the texture on this. Wow. I love it even more. Fantastic, Laura.
Thank you.
All right.
So this is one of my COVID pieces. I did this in 2020, and my mother-in-law, as I've stated, she lives in the ocean, so she sees the ocean. She walks it every morning, actually. She goes around 8 a.m. and she walks the ocean with a couple girlfriends, and she didn't want a painting of the ocean. She wanted me to do a painting of the marsh. And so that's what I did, the Delaware Marsh.
Right. That is just so beautiful. Oh man, that's so beautiful. And how nice is it that she gets to go and walk in this beauty every single day? This is something we should all be doing is, enjoying the beauty around us. And that is beautiful. I know, Frosty. I love it. Amazing. I'm just looking at the blades of grass, the details in that. I love the texture in the clouds too. And I'm really happy that you have that they're really fluffy and beautiful. But I am looking at this blade grass and the reflections in the water. Man. And you gave this to her, right? That's what I thought. Yep.
Yes.
I'm sure she loves it.
Yes, I did. It's 11 by 14 and it's in acrylic. And yes, she has it hanging up in her house.
Wow. I bet so. Wow. I'm grabbing it, you guys. Grabbing it. Yes. Love the grass and the clouds. I know. Oh, I bet you would too. Those marshes usually have a lot of animal life. I bet you see some really beautiful birds, is what Cass is saying here.
I have so many photos that I have taken of the marshes and of the ocean. And it's one of those things where they're just sitting there waiting for me to do a painting when I have the time.
I'd love to see it. Share some of those photos. I bet, they're really, really beautiful. I like to share photography every once in a while too, because I have so much fun taking photos as well.
Yes,
it might be a reference piece, maybe. Thunderbirds. I don't know. Thunderbirds. Amazing. Really? And that is so weird. Mega Punch says that Colorado was unseasonably warm this year. And over here in the East Coast, it was blizzard after blizzard. I know. Mitchell over there in Pilled. Wow. Okay. Nice to see you. Let me do a little shout out on that, because everybody, that's so awesome. Don't forget to hit the like, share, follow, and support. Mitchell is going over there, gifting shades. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Woo! That is awesome. You are awesome. Thank you for your support and welcome to the show. I'm glad you're enjoying this wonderful night of artwork. Love it. And welcome any new viewers that have popped in. You've just been a real fantastic treat. So awesome. Okay. We are just back at just geeking out on this piece. And I'm trying to grab all of your okay, right. I'm just trying to grab all of you guys' wonderful comments. If I missed any, I'm just looking real now because I don't want to miss out on your wonderful things. Oh, okay, I did miss one. Sorry about that, Nancy. I agree. Why am I not seeing it? Okay, yes, there we go. I love the clouds and the beautiful greens. I think she said how big. Tell Donna how big again on this one.
Sure, it's a smaller piece, 11 by 14.
There you go. Donna is one of the people that really inspired me to just ask, like as we're posting art, what medium and what size, because every show I love it. And I love Donna, but I never really think about it. And then you think about when you go to a gallery and he's always, what medium, what size, what medium, what size. I'm like, that's probably a good thing everyone's asking and, we want to know, because sometimes like we see a piece and you're like, that's only an 8 by 12. That thing looks like it could be, a 36 by 48. They're so dynamic, that we're always just blown away. So thank you all for doing that, by the way. But yes, Dada, thank you for always asking, because it's fun to know.
It's definitely helped me too, because I really needed to go through and start creating a log of the work I have. And when you do that, you write the size, the medium, etc.
Right.
So
that's right. I mean, and it's great too, because as we're sharing it out, how many, something I was saying the other day, I was like, over the past 3 years, because now with the 4 different, I actually have 5 or 6 different places, but I share out you guys' work wherever I'm at. So sometimes with all of my followers, I could be, at least up to 15,000 for me and that's combined with all my followers on my different but how about the other ones when you're sharing it out? So this is, thousands and thousands of people that could possibly see it. So we may just be like, okay, it's great, but how many of them are asking, like, what's this medium? And I don't know. So I just think about that, and I'm just really glad you guys are doing a little bit about that date. I have a hard time. You said something about it today. I'm like, sometimes I'm like, oh, that could be the year 2011, maybe 13. I don't care about that, but right. But it's really awesome and it's just fantastic. So we are loving this piece. Oh, one of my favorites. Okay, I know that we're down to the last few now because I'm like, man. And I always finish with the one I use for the promo, but this I think we use this in some of our collaboration shows. And I can remember everyone just going, what in the world? Tell us about this one.
Sure. So this is another COVID painting. It is the same size as the last Delaware Marsh piece, and it is also the Delaware Marsh. It's 11 by 14. It's an acrylic. My mother-in-law has this one too. I wanted to give her another one, so I did this one, and she has this one. And the way she has it hanging up, she has this little lamp, and the way the lamp hits this, it just looks so pretty. Like the lamp makes it look prettier. I don't know how to explain that. The way the light hits it, I guess.
Just fantastic. Right. And that's awesome that she really, put lighting on it to enhance it. I know. Okay. You guys are lighting up the right. Fabulous color. Any favorite contrast of the page. I know. It's so beautiful, right? It's just so beautiful. Okay. Awesome. Wow. I know. I knew you guys. Aren't these amazing? Oh, they love your work, my friend. You're so talented. And thank you guys. Thank you guys. Right? Isn't it just beautiful? Mm-hmm. I bet, she loves these. Isn't it fun to, give them to people that really enjoy them, to go out of their way to put lighting on it. So it really, like you said, really makes sense.
My mom actually, she didn't come out and say it, but I could tell that she was kind of had hurt feelings because I hadn't done a painting for her. Yeah. And so I did the painting where the birds, I gave that to my mom for Mother's Day. So she has that one.
Well, that's kind of nice, though, to know that they love it so much that the other one's kind of sad that they didn't get one. So that's kind of great.
But she is my own mom, so I had to, give her.
Well, I'll tell you, when I was going through my statement pieces, which are kind of behind me, they're more historical to bring out awareness, right? I kept showing my mom and stuff like that, and they're not really meant. They're meant to be in an awareness event. They're not meant to, I guess somebody could buy them, but usually, I don't see that. And my mom's like, I really love your work and you're a really talented artist, but, can you do something kind of pretty for me? I go, you don't think my stuff's pretty? And I know what she meant. She wanted like flowers or something like that. I'm like, but she was so cute about that. She's like, you're really good, but I'm like, Mom, it's funny. I love also that you title these your COVID pieces.
I had time.
Didn't we all? Right? There are some things I miss. I'm not saying I would ever want this back. But one thing I do is like everybody's lawns were so manicured because we had time. Everybody was kicking out all kinds of baked goods and ideas and recipes and artwork and stuff because we had time. Other than that, those were some really bad days. But I just think that's great. That's a nice one too, right? Let there be light. Yes, Kimberly, you know how much I love that. Every day, be the light. That's my saying. Love that and love to remind you guys. Isn't this beautiful? Lighting changes a painting. It sure does. Have you guys ever taken a photo of yours and then you kind of take it from a different angle or in a different light, or you take it outside and take a picture, and all of a sudden the painting completely changes, how it looks. Yep. Beautiful. Beautiful. Well, I love your work. And this is our last piece for tonight, everyone. I don't know why this one spoke to me so much. Maybe because I love yellow. I really do. It's red and yellow are my favorites. And I just think this was so beautiful. And last time we showed it, what did we show this for Valentine's Day? Maybe because of the heart or spring. No, it was the Easter spring. And everyone was like, this is such the picture of spring. And I agreed. So tell us about this process.
So this is another soft chalk pastel. And I love two flowers. I have flower gardens and peonies, which are going to be blooming soon. I'm so excited. I love them. They're my favorite flower, but I also love gladiolas, and I have gladiolas that come up. And this is a yellow gladiola, and there was a bumblebee on it. And I took a picture. I have the picture here too. Oh, so it didn't turn out exactly like the picture.
Oh, but so close. That's awesome. Wow.
and so it's the chalk pastel, and I did the layering, and like I always go about creating it. And the one thing I did do different is it is very difficult to do something like a bee in chalk pastel without smudging. And so I used marker, especially for the black. I used marker
and
to
that
get
works.
that pop, to make it pop out of their flower.
And that works over the pastels.
Yeah, I had to keep wiping the dust off the marker, but it did.
Okay, good to know, because sometimes like with oil painting, you have to do things in such a process because you can't layer over the other. So that's really good to know. That would work with that, versus if you saw like I think if you use oil pastels, I wonder if that would not work the same. But I am learning from you.
I don't know. I've never tried oil on top of chalk. I just knew that with the marker, I did have to, just keep wiping the marker tip because it would get the pastel, the chalk on it. But it didn't hurt the marker.
Right. I think that's awesome. I'm just learning all kinds of tips. If you guys want to try this now, you can know. But the only pastels I've ever used are not ever chalk ones, but oil pastels, and they act a lot differently. But I love learning from you guys so much. This is one of the reasons also I love for you guys coming on, because you guys fill me with so much information, and I'm like, awesome. Just beautiful, isn't it, guys? Just beautiful. Amazing.
Thank you.
I'm surprised this one. You have a good. Are you like working on a website that we need to know about? Are you joining any kind of shows? How we get your, besides sharing, how do we help you get your artwork out there to the public and sold?
Well, I don't know if I'm ready to sell it yet, just because I'm so busy still homeschooling my son that really dedicating and taking the time to market myself. I don't think I'm going to be ready to do that until I'm done schooling him, as he's definitely my priority right now in life. So now I really just do this. Yes. But when I do decide to put my foot out there and take that risk, it's kind of scary, but I've never done that before. I will definitely probably be on more social media.
Right. Well, we got a few years, but we'll be here. I'm sure you'll come back on a few times, because every time I turn around, you guys have a whole nother round of amazing work. But I do get that because of my priority too, and especially when my kids hit middle school and whatever, and then COVID, I was like, no, you guys are out. We're doing the homeschooling, and I was able to put them in my own private school and build that. So because that was my first priority, I'm like, everything else stopped, because their future was so important to me, and having a really good education, not whatever this kind of gunk that they're talking about. So I totally appreciate, respect, and understand that decision. It's so important. And just amazing, just massive praise for you on doing that. Great choice. Now, when you are preserving, let's say you want to save this one for, let's say you do eventually want to have an exhibition or something like this. Do you have to keep it in something like not a wax paper, maybe something to protect it, a protective screen to keep it for?
I've been I put my work in portfolios where they're in the I have a protective what do you call it, like the little plastic envelope, and stick it in. And the pastels, I always spray. I spray those down with Aquanet hairspray to keep them from.
They still make that?
They do. I'm still waiting for the 80s to come back so I can wear my hair big before I.
Do you remember those days? I mean, wow, you were just like, nobody light a match, but I'll tell you what, your hair did not move. It did not move. It could have stayed like that for a month with that stuff. That was unbelievable. But that's really interesting. But I've heard about hairspray preserving, these kind of things. And I can get that. It's almost like a clear coat in a way without having to put a clear coat. Nice. Nice. This is just fantastic. Don't you guys just love this? What a great one to finish on. And I am so excited about this. Amazing, my friend. We just are so grateful that you are here with us tonight, giving us your wonderful talent and your beautiful, work, your tips.
Thank
So
you.
you're welcome anytime. Just one last thing that I always ask my guests too, is because I always love to inspire other people, even though we're learning and we're seeing. But what would you suggest to people that, maybe if they want to try this medium, or maybe they just haven't done art in so long because life is busy? You understand that. What would you say to others?
You always have time. At least I always feel I have time to have a little journal and just sketch or take photographs of things that you might want to paint down the road. Right now, I'm working on putting my next piece that I want to work on. And I actually opened up photographs before you had digital images, just old printed photos from years ago. And I'm going through those and I'm looking through those. And sometimes my head is like, all these different things I want to paint, right? All these different ideas are flowing in my head. And so I have to narrow it down. And so I think about, well, what's going on right now? Is there anything, do I want to do a purpose piece? Do I want to just do something pretty? What do I want to do? And I go from there and then I narrow it down. So for me, right now, I have kind of made the decision that everything that I go until the end of this year, I really want to kind of dedicate to the birthday of our country. And so the next piece that I'm trying to get together is old photos from Western towns that I've been to, like Tombstone, even like old Rawhide that used to be in Scottsdale, Arizona, and some other Western towns. And I'm going to create my own little Western town. And but it's a purpose, these photographs have provided me, hey, I did the happy 250th birthday piece, and now I want to I think my work for the rest of this year is going to be towards 250th birthday. Yeah.
I love visiting that. Tombstone was one of my favorite places to go in that area. Those kind of little places, these little ghost towns, and seeing Western things like that. I think that is awesome. And a collaboration of photos. I know like people, Red Barns are another, symbolic thing here too. And just kind of showing the amazing things of our country that just makes us stand out, make us such a beautiful nation. And I think that's a great challenge. I look forward to seeing those. This is why it's so important, you guys, if you, join the corner so that you guys can see and share. And it just makes my day, to see all of your beautiful work. And you are a fantastic artist. And I'm so grateful that you came on tonight and shared your wonderful talent with us.
Thank you so much. Thank everybody that tuned in. Thank you.
That's right. That's right. Everybody say a good night to our wonderful guest tonight. Again, you guys, if you're over there on Truth, you guys can give her a follow at My Voice 637, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yes. And that should be in the descriptions as well. And we are just so grateful. We look forward to seeing you, again, sometime in the future when you have more work to show us. And it's just been real fun. And it's just been a great pleasure to take a breath, a breath away from life and enjoy wonderful art. So thank you, Laura. I appreciate you.
Sure. Thank you. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Wasn't that awesome? How much fun is this, guys? I love art night. It is so great to have our artists on, right? And just to take a break away from all the whatever's going on in the world and to be able to geek out and enjoy the beauty of life and the talents that God has given us, right? I'm just so grateful for all of you and all of your wonderful comments, right? Just awesome. Oh, I wish it was here. I didn't capture all of that. So give me 1 second. Let's do a little pop out chat here so that I can share this if she rewatches the show and she is done. We'll put this right here. Thank you so much so that she can see you guys all saying good night to her, right? Isn't it just amazing? The arrow, the helmet net, aqua net, right? Right. But you guys, it was so wonderful. I just say thank you so much for joining us tonight and enjoying her beautiful work. Just fantastic. I love it when you guys come on. Speaking of booking, So I'm already booking for the end of June. And so whether you are an author or a poet, a photographer, a painter, a sculptor, woodworker, embroiderer, you name it, we love it. And I'd love to have you come on here. It's just a pleasure and it's an honor to have you. So you guys want to reach out to me because yes, I'm already booking for the end of June and into July. So I even have one for July already. So you guys need to get on the books. It's absolutely my pleasure. And we're having a great night today. I'll tell you what, I've had some exciting things happen to me today. Oh my gosh, a new pathway for me coming in the future as I've got some stuff. We'll share probably that stuff out on Sunday. It's more a night for that, but I have some great news for you guys. And I just love it. Life's just wonderful today. And I'm so grateful that you guys join me. Tomorrow is also going to be a great night. We've got a new artist corner family member over there on X. So excited to have him on. They are authors of children's book. Him and his wife literally make these amazing stuff, these amazing books from graphics to the stories. Let me see if I can find that so you guys can. I'm just so excited. I don't have that graphic up yet, but I just wanted to show you this just real quickly. Let me give me a minute while we are. Thank you guys for letting me load this up. Just so many. You guys, as soon as you see this book, it's going to be fantastic. So we've got some amazing Jason West and Elizabeth Waltz. Let me load this up so you guys can see it. Just a preview of these cute little books. There's so many more. I had to choose out 3, but aren't these awesome? They are so into, what they can do to brighten and bring greatness to our children. So they love to bring 2 voices, right? That just bring so much purpose. And so Jason really wants to speak about challenges that kids face, and Elizabeth, she really talks about advocacy, trafficking, all kinds of stories of hope and imagination. And I love this, right? The Busy Bee, I Like How You Are, right? The Wonderful Adventures of Andy and Joy. And I'm so excited. I invited them into our Artist Corner group because we love, like I said, artists of all kinds. And they are going to be our guests tomorrow night. So you guys make sure I'll be sharing out this promotion again on X and everything and all my social medias, Gab, Truth, you name it, Pilled, as soon as I am done with this show. So please, if you can, share out my promotions. I see when you do, and I thank you ahead of time for doing that. You guys are the best. Please don't forget to hit that like and follow. A huge shout out also to our supporters over there. Thank you so much on Pilled, Mitchell, for the shades tonight. I sure do appreciate that. And everyone also for the viewers. You guys are just amazing. Thank you for joining me tonight. I hope to see everybody tomorrow night. But you guys can give me a follow, please, and follow me on X at Lady Hamilton AR1 and also Lady Hamilton Art. Those are both of mine on X. You can also follow me on Truth, Gab, Pilled, Facebook, everything on Lady Hamilton Art. And I want to do a huge shout out to my wonderful moderators. Thank you guys. I don't know who, thank you for the raids as well. Amber May Show, right? And also, I'm sorry, I'm like, tell me again which one that is, JJ. That's brand new to me, right? I had not heard about that. And so, yes, it was the real Wayne Root. And I love Wayne Root. So that is really awesome. So a huge thank you to the real Wayne Root for rating the stream and the Amber May Show for rating the stream. I appreciate that. I thank you. And we'll be checking you guys out for sure. So that is really awesome. So a huge shout out to my moderators as well for all that you guys do. So let's give them some love as well, starting with the amazing JJR SVL. Please give him a follow on Truth X, Gab, Pilled, Gitter, and Rumble. And then also, we got our fantastic Tri-Stater, which I'm a little jealous because he is over there on vacation right now. So I'm going to let's enjoy it. I'm sure he's enjoying it, but let's give him a follow on Truth and on X. Our beautiful Nancy, thank you so much for all that you've done, sweetie. I love you, and you guys will follow her on Truth and on X. And our amazing Frosty Pimp, please give him a follow on X and on Truth as well. We are going to be leaving tonight with one of our Art Corner family members. I just love this song. I can't wait to hear album number 4 because this album number 3 just came out so great that I play this song that my dogs recognize this song so much as a closing. That's how much I play this song. So I just want to say thank you because I love all their music, but this one's just so happy and just puts me in such a great mood. Are all fantastic and phenomenal. My Belle, I promise you that. But This one just puts a little pep in my step, a little snap in my fingers, and lets me just groove on out of here as we leave on this wonderful art night. So we are leaving with the amazing sounds of This One's From You, from My Troubled Days. And thank you so much for letting us play your music. So everyone, I will see you tomorrow night. Please come and welcome our new members of our group and come out and find out about these amazing books and their journey and their advocacy and all that they're doing for our wonderful children in the nation and the world. So, all right, everybody, I will see you tomorrow night. Have a great night. Don't forget to hit the like, follow, and share, and everyone be blessed, right? Thank you so much for watching and joining. Good night, everybody. Oh, I got to hit the music. Good night, everybody. Have a great night. Don't forget to be the light.
Demanding, always fair, a lending hand, you always grand. I always know who's got my back. This one's for you. A certain smile, well, it reminds, of a distant time, sitting around, laughing with you. I miss you more than I thought I do. This one's for you. This one's for you, and all that you do. When I look, when I look, when I look, I see who you, I see who you are. I see who you, I see who you back. My heart, it sings with you. So sing it with me, sing it true. This one's for you. Oh, through and through. This one's for you, and all you do. This one's for you. This one's for you. Sing it true.
Satellite coming down in 3,